Welcome back to Uprising. I'm Sonali Kolhatkar. When economists pronounce an end to the recession and point to new jobs being created and unemployment numbers falling, stock prices climbing, and a general exuberance about the national economy, few point out that for 99% of Americans, very little seems to have changed. Most economists fail to ask the deep questions of what sorts of jobs are being created and whether we're accounting for those who have permanently left the workforce. One of those rare sorts of people whose economic analysis is centered on basic human needs rather than profit margins is Dr. Richard Wolff. In early 2015, Wolff spoke at an event organized by KPFA in Berkeley, where he gave a wide-ranging speech on capitalism, the recession history, and much more. Richard Wolff is a professor emeritus at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, where he taught economics from 1973 to 2008. He's currently a visiting professor in the graduate program in international affairs of the New School University in New York City. He teaches classes regularly at the Brecht Forum in Manhattan. He's also taught at Yale University, the City College of the City University of New York. He's been a visiting professor of economics at the University of Paris in France and written a number of books, including Democracy at Work, A Cure for Capitalism, Occupy the Economy, Challenging Capitalism, Imagine Living in the Socialist USA, and Capitalism's Crisis Deepens, Essays on the Global Economic Meltdown. Richard Wolff also hosts a weekly radio program called Economic Update, which airs on Pacifica stations KPFK and KPFA. Here is his recent speech, courtesy of KPFA Radio.
I've spent most of my life analyzing and criticizing capitalism. Been doing that for a long time. I'm a little overwhelmed these days because if you've been doing that for as many years as I have here in the United States, you kind of expect that the room will have an enthusiastic 11 people. And you persuade yourself, as I often did, that, as one great leader once said, better fewer but better. And that was often true, and then sometimes not so much. Now everything has changed. And even before I start with my presentation, I want you to join with me in getting a sense of how things have changed, so that when we talk about going beyond capitalism, which is what we're going to talk about tonight, you don't have a sense that this is some wonderful idea for some distant future, but you'll have the feeling, which I now have, that it's already underway. And the question is really for all of you and me, how do we participate? How do we help? How do we move it? But we're not waiting anymore. It's more or less here, which is both wonderful and terrifying.